Published 1403 EDT, the 13th of October 2017. Updated 1431 EDT, the 13th of October 2017. Apple's radical FaceID system is set to come to the entire iPhone line next year, it has been claimed. The firm is set to abandon its current touch-ID fingerprint system entirely, according to KGI Securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo. He claims that all 2018 iPhone models will move to Face ID, according to 9 to 5 Mac. Scroll down for video. KGI Securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo claims that all 2018 iPhone models will move to Face ID, according to 9 to 5 Mac. Kuo also predicted that the iPad Pro would gain Face ID next year. Just last month he issued a note in which he said the future of Face ID depended largely upon consumer reaction to the iPhone X. The analyst writes that 3D sensing will be a key selling point of all new 2018 iPhone models and says true-depth cameras and Face ID will help Apple capitalize on its clear lead in 3D sensing design and production for smartphones. Kuo also predicted that the iPad Pro would gain Face ID next year. However, the modules needed for FaceID are still causing major production issues for Apple just weeks before its iPhone X launch, it has been claimed. The firm's suppliers are still struggling to perfect manufacturing of the iPhone X's true-depth camera and 3D facial recognition system, according to Japan's Nikkei Asian Review. Jeff Pu, an analyst with Taipei-based Yanta Investment Consulting, believes the problems could mean Apple will face even bigger shortages of its flagship handset than previously thought. Face ID uses a true-depth front-facing camera on the iPhone X, which has multiple components. A dot projector projects more than 30,000 invisible dots onto your face to map its structure. The dot map is then read by an infrared camera and the structure of your face is relayed to the A11 Bionic chip in the iPhone X, where it is turned into a mathematical model. When FaceID is used, a dot projector projects more than 30,000 invisible dots onto your face to map its structure. The A11 chip then compares your facial structure to the facial scan stored in the iPhone X. During the setup process, Face ID uses infrared to scan your face, so it works in low lighting conditions and in the dark. It will only unlock your device when you look in the direction of the iPhone X with your eyes open. Phil Schiller, Senior Vice President of Worldwide Marketing at Apple, speaks about the Face ID feature to unlock the iPhone X during the company's event at the new Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino. Face ID captures both a 3D and 2D image of your face using infrared light while you're looking straight at the camera. 5 unsuccessful attempts at Face ID will force you to enter a passcode which you'll need anyway just to set up facial recognition. That requires you to come up with a secure string of digits or, for extra security, a string of letters and numbers to protect your privacy. Face ID also adapts to changes in your appearance over time, so it will continue to recognize you as you grow a beard or grow your hair longer. He cut his forecast of the number of iPhone X devices that will be produced this year from 40 million units to 36 million. It is the second time he has revised down his estimate, which originally totaled 45 million earlier this year. According to multiple reports have claimed it has taken more time to assemble the true-depth system's so-called Romeo module than the Juliet module. According to the Wall Street Journal, one person said the trouble with Romeo involved complications in assembling the various components into the module. Both people said that meant there weren't enough Romeos to go with the number of Juliets on hand, although one of them said the Romeo assembly process is now moving smoothly. However, Pu believes the iPhone X will still enter mass production in mid-October and begin to be shipped from China to the first wave of launch countries next week. iPhone X pre-orders are scheduled to begin on Friday, October 27th, and the device officially launches on Friday, November 3rd. Earlier this month, the latest forecast from Ming-Chi Kuo of KGI says Apple still cannot make enough of the handsets due to technical problems with the front-facing true-depth camera it uses to scan people's faces. The firm lowered its estimates of iPhone X shipments in 2017 to 3,035 million units from a previous estimate of 40 million due to the issues. Multiple reports have claimed it has taken more time to assemble the true-depth system's so-called Romeo module than the Juliet module. The Romeo module includes the dot projector that beams more than 30,000 invisible dots to create a precise depth map of your face. The Juliet module includes the infrared camera that analyzes the pattern. Together, they help power new iPhone X features such as Face ID and Animoji. However, even with initial production difficulties, Kuo writes that the outlook for 20,182,019 iPhone growth is still positive. He adds an estimate that Android devices are now likely 1.5–2.5 years behind Apple when it comes to matching its true-depth camera experience. The last week, the final missing specs omitted from the fanfare launch of Apple's iPhone X may inadvertently have been leaked, thanks to a Chinese bureaucratic document. Official paperwork appears to reveal the battery life, RAM and CPU speed of the upcoming flagship handset. The leak suggests the iPhone X will come with a 2,715 mAh battery and 3 GB of RAM. This is compared to a 1,821 mAh battery capacity for the iPhone 8, and a 2,675 mAh cell for the iPhone 8 Plus. Apple has been less than forthcoming in revealing the specifics of the new device's hardware, so the documents offer tantalizing clues for die-hard fans. The details were revealed in an electronic filing to the Chinese Ministry of Industry and Information Technology Telecommunication Equipment Certification Center (TENAA). The latest forecast from Ming-Chi Kuo of KGI says Apple still cannot make enough of the handsets due to technical problems with the front-facing true-depth camera it uses to scan people's faces. The extra battery capacity is believed to be designed to power the new handset's true-depth sensing camera, which enables the new FaceID facial recognition system, and dual-camera setup. During the unveiling earlier this month in California, Apple said the X's battery life would last up to 2 hours longer than its previous models. The TENAA document also seems to confirm the RAM capacity for the iPhone X is 3 GB, slightly more than the iPhone 8's reported 2 GB. The device's A11 Bionic CPU chip is also clocked at 2.4 GHz, according to reports in Apple Insider. Renowned leaker Steve Hemmerstoffer shared the information with the tech community through a tweet posted at 8:12 a.m. British Summer Time, 3:12 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. Apple has been less than forthcoming in revealing the specifics of the new device's hardware, so the documents offer tantalizing clues for die-hard fans. Using his @OnLeaks handle, he said, "For those who cares about 2.10 just confirmed iPhone X comes with 3 GB of RAM, reveals 2,716 mAh battery." Following months of anticipation, Apple finally unveiled its souped-up anniversary phone, the iPhone X, on September 12. The £999 in the UK iPhone X features an Edge Touch display with richer colors and facial recognition software called FaceID that allows users to unlock the phone without the need for a fingerprint reader or physical home button. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, took to the stage of the Steve Jobs Theater at Apple's new Apple Park Spaceship campus, widely considered to be the final product designed by Jobs, who died in 2011. Having revealed several new devices throughout the presentation, Tim Cook unveiled the much-anticipated iPhone X, pronounced iPhone 10. Cook said, "We're not stopping there, we have one more thing." How the iPhone X compares to other models. Specification: iPhone X, iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, Galaxy Note 8, Galaxy S8, Galaxy S8 Plus. Display 5.8 inches, 4.7 inches, 5.5 inches, 6.3 inches, 5.8 inches, 6.2 inches. Resolution 2436 by 1125, 1334 by 750, 1920 by 1080, 2960 by 1440, 2960 by 1440, 2960 by 1440. Processor: A11 Bionic, A11 Bionic, A11 Bionic, Snapdragon 835, 2.35 GHz and 1.9 GHz. Octa-core Snapdragon 835, 2.35 GHz and 1.9 GHz. Octa-core Snapdragon 835, 2.35 GHz and 1.9 GHz. Octa-core RAM 3 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB, 6 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB. Storage: 64 GB, 256 GB, 64 GB, 256 GB, 64 GB, 256 GB, 64 GB, 128 GB, 256 GB, 64 GB, 64 GB. Rear camera: 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel, 12 megapixel. Front camera: 7 megapixel, 7 megapixel, 7 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 8 megapixel. Battery: 2,716 mAh, 1,821 mAh, 2,691 mAh, 3,300 mAh, 3,000 mAh, 3,500 mAh. Water protection: IP67, 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 IP68, IP68, IP68. Weight: 0.38 pounds, 0.33 pounds, 0.45 pounds, 0.43 pounds, 0.34 pounds, 0.38 pounds. Dimensions in 5.65 by 2.79 by 0.30, 5.45 by 2.65 by 0.29, 6.24 by 3.07 by 0.30, 6.40 by 2.94 by 0.34, 5.86 by 2.68 by 0.31, 6.28 by 2.88 by 0.31. Starting price $999, $699, $799, $930, $749, $849. Miss. FaceID scanner, wireless charging S Pen, iris scanner, USB-C, wireless charging iris scanner, USB-C, wireless charging iris scanner, USB-C, wireless charging. Our teams have been hard at work for years on the future of the smartphone. Now, 10 years later, it is only fitting we are here, in this place on this day that will set the path for technology for the next decade. A video then showed the iPhone X in action. Phil Schiller, Senior Vice President of Worldwide Marketing at Apple, explained, "It is all screen, it is beautiful to look at, incredible to hold. There has never been anything like it." The phone features a glass front and back, with a band around the edge made from surgical-grade stainless steel, as well as an edgeless display. The iPhone will be dust and waterproof at a microscopic level. iPhone X has an all-new display, called the Super Retina display. On the diagonal, the display is 5.8-inch with over 2 million pixels, the highest resolution and pixel density ever seen in an iPhone. It also features an OLED display. Schiller said, "It's the point of this technology that matters. It's easier to use, and more intuitive. With the phone, users will be able to raise it to wake, or tap the screen to wake, because Apple has ditched the home button. Now, to reach the home screen, users now swipe up from the bottom of the screen.